Hi everybody, so I'm just going to show you today how to do a subtraction without any tens, okay? This can cause some confusion because you're having to do an exchange or you're having to do two exchanges. And so I just thought I'd do a quick video to share with you the language that I will use and show you what it actually looks like when we do this. Okay, so the first job you need to do is always start with the ones, because when we do an exchange, what we need to do is exchange tens for ones so that we have enough to take them away. So at the minute, as you can see, we've got 3 and we're trying to take away 7. There aren't enough ones currently, so if we just have a look at my example here, sorry, I haven't got the right number there, look. I've got 3 ones, so we've actually got 5 hundreds and 3 ones, and we're going to take away 197. We've got enough to take away 197, but the whole thing with the column addition is that the ones stay with the ones, tens stay with the tens, and the hundreds stay with the hundreds. So currently, we don't have enough ones to take 7 ones away. So what we actually do with that is, usually what would happen is we would take a 10 from the tens column and exchange that 110 for 10 ones. So it's what we call a swap. You're swapping 110 for 10 ones. Now, we can't actually do that here because there aren't any tens. And so the first thing we're going to need to do is exchange one of the hundreds for 10 tens. Okay, and then we will have 10 tens in that column, which means we can do an exchange to the ones. All right, so let's go and have a look and see what that looks like. So we've got 500s, and what we're going to do is take one of those hundreds. Whoops, here we go. We're going to take one of those hundreds and pop it into the tens column. Now, as I said, all the tens stay together, and if you do an exchange, what you want to happen is that the 100 that we're bringing across is actually going to exchange for tens to be in the tens column. So just going to do an exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now what I've got is 10 tens. This is exactly the same as 10 tens. 10 tens are 100. So I'm just going to swap them over. So now what I've still got the same number. Okay, so in my total is still the same. I still have 503. It just looks a little bit different. Okay, it just enables us to take it away. So I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 503. Okay, so I've got my 5. So what that looks like in the calculation. Okay, so what I need to do so far, what I've done is I've said, okay, I can't do an exchange there yet because I don't have enough tens to exchange a 10. So I'm going to take 100, which leaves me with 400, just like I had here. Okay, and I'm going to put that 100 here to make 10 tens. 10 tens, of course, are 100, which is what we've got there. Okay, so that's as far as we've got so far. Then, before we can do it, then we can now do our exchange of 110 to the ones. Okay, so I can take a 10 now, and I can bring that across to the ones column, doing an exchange. So that 10 obviously can't stay there because I have to swap. So I've got to do an exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's my 10 ones, and now I can get rid of that 10 because we've just swapped them. So what you'll notice is I haven't actually done any calculation yet. All I've done is exchanges to redo that number so that I've actually got enough in each column to take away the 197. Okay, so let's count them up. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 400, 410, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500. So another 10 makes the 500, and my 3. I've still got 503. Okay, this is why it's called an exchange rather than borrowing or taking, because the borrowing word sort of lends itself to misunderstandings. Okay, so now in my ones column, I definitely have enough ones that I can take away 7 ones. Okay, so let's just go back to the written method a minute and just check where we're at. So we had 10 tens, and we're going to cross that out, and we've now got 9 tens, and that 10th 10 has come across to the ones. Okay, so I've now got 13 ones, and I can absolutely take away the 7. So now that rejigging of the numbers has just enabled me to do the calculation in the columns. Okay, so I can take them away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that leaves me with these here. Okay, so I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So in my written bit, oops, sorry, camera's gone a bit out of focus. There we go. So I've got 13 take away 7, which leaves me with 6. Okay, over to the tens. So I have 9 tens, and I've actually got to take 9 away. So if I take 9 away, I'm going to take all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So get rid of all of those. Okay, so 9 take away 9 leaves me with 0. Okay, now over to the hundreds, and I've got 4 hundreds, and I'm just going to take away 100. So remove that one, and I'm left with 300s. So in my calculation, I've got 400s, I take away the 1, and I'm left with 300s. So my answer is 306. Okay, the tricky part is children remembering, so they cannot just take 100 from here and place it over in the ones. Okay, that's the bit that tends to go wrong. What they have to do is appreciate that 100 is actually 10 tens. So if they bring it across, what they're actually doing is making that 103 ones. Okay, that's the bit that tends to go wrong. All right, so they have to do these 2 exchanges to enable them to do it. All right. Right, let's have a look at one more. We'll just work our way through one more to have a check. So we're going to start off with 604. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 and 4 ones. Okay, so I've got my 604. And the first thing I'm going to do is start with the ones again. And I'm going to say, okay, I've got 4 ones. I'm going to take away 6 ones. Have I got enough? No, I don't. So the thing your child will tell you is that we go to the tens next and we exchange 1 10 for 10 ones. There aren't any tens at this point. So we're going to have to go across again to the next column. Okay, so we've got 600s. We've got plenty. We just need to do 2 exchanges. So I'm going to take that 100 and it's going to move across into the tens column. Okay, now don't forget that we're exchanging 100 for 10 tens. Okay, so if we check out, this is the same as 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, and I just swap them over. Okay, I've still got 604. I've got 500, 600, and my 4. Okay, what I've actually done is I've said I can't do that, so I'm going to go across here. There's nothing there, so I come across again, and I'm going to cross out the 6, take 10 tens, and put them here to make 10 tens. Okay, that leaves me with 500s there. Okay, now I'm going to do the next part, which is, okay, now I've got enough tens to do an exchange. Okay, so I'm going to take one of those tens and bring it across to the ones column. So now I've got 14 in that column, but they all have to be ones. So let's do our exchange again. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to get rid of that one. So I've still got my 14 ones, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ones, okay? Altogether I've got 604 there. So let's just do that next exchange. So we cross out the 10, which leaves us with 9 tens, and the 10th 10 comes across to the ones, making 10 ones. We've got 14 ones. Now we can do our calculating. Okay, so you're just seeing that we're rejigging that number. So we've now, instead of 604, we've got 590 and 14. Okay, still makes a 604. So let's take them away then. So we've got 2, 4, 6 to come away from that one. So 14 take away 6 means we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. 9 take away the 3 is 6. Okay, which we've got there. And then 5 take away the 200s. So get rid of 200s, leaves us with 300s. Okay, and that's where we're at. Okay, hope that makes sense. If you've got any questions, you can just let me know. Yeah, okay, cheers for now. Bye.